Good evening. Okay, where's my mouse? Okay, after reading and engaging with the material this week on the last chapters of Jeremiah, I can affirm that Jeremiah was a countercultural prophet who did not shy away from bringing godly reproof to the people. In chapter 5, verse 7, the Lord speaks through Jeremiah, "How can I pardon you? Your children have forsaken me and have sworn by those who are no gods. When I fed them to the full, they committed adultery and trooped to the house of whores. They were well-fed, lusty stallions, each neighing for his neighbor's wife. Shall I not punish them for these things, declares the Lord?" This is so savage, but true. God is testifying about the faithlessness of the people. He was good to them, provided for them, and they are taking his blessings for granted. If the prophet Jeremiah was alive today, I know he would be getting dirty looks and canceled for sure. Although that is not to say that the message would not be valid today. There are many instances where hypocrisy and injustice is taking place within the church. Tim Keller made an interesting point while speaking about the disconnect between Christians today and God's character and instruction. Keller preached on James 2:1-17, which instructs Christians to show no partiality to people who appear to have less than the majority of the people. This sermon responds to the trouble people have with, non-believers have with Christians, with engaging in oppression, not practicing what we preach. Keller mentions that since God actually chooses the poor and the oppressed, then if anyone has a true spiritual connection to God, they will inevitably do the same. Why is this not the case with all people who claim to be Christians? It reminds me of the effects of selfishness. Jeremiah 5:28 says, "They have grown fat and sleek. They know no bounds in deeds of evil. They judge not with justice the cause of the fatherless to make it prosper, and they do not defend the rights of the needy." In 2020, there was so much coming to a head with violence, racism, and oppression. Many churches and Christian influencers did speak up out on the violence, murders, racism, and injustice, but it was also easy to stay silent out of fear or compartmentalizing your own life and the events that were not directly affecting you. Jeremiah's prophetic voice can serve as an encouragement to grieve the injustices that are taking place even when they do not affect you. Something should not have to hit close to home for it to upset you. Jeremiah urges the people to fear the Lord rather than give into wicked fleshly desires or fear of man. The people had a really bad idolatry problem and would bow down to other gods. When Christians are educated about the inequalities of this nation, it should move us to prayer and action. James 2:14 says, What good is it, my brothers, if someone says he has faith but does not have works? Can that faith save him? This is a picture of God's heart opposing hypocrisy and actionless faith. Our faith is incomplete if it is not followed through with action.